As an Aussie living in America, I get asked some absolutely wild questions. Today, I'm counting down the 9 weirdest things Americans have genuinely asked me. From do you ride a kangaroo to work, to does your toilet really flush backwards? Some had me cracking up, others had me questioning geography, but all of them are 100% real.
You better take cover. Oh.
Honestly, I've become Australia's unofficial spokesperson over here. Some days I'm a tourist rep, other days I'm teaching geography. There is never a dull moment. Kicking things off with the one I get asked the most. Is everything in Australia trying to kill you?
Man, I just came back from Australia. Australia, where everything cuddly can kill you. It can. Just imagine Care Bears with assault rifles. That's what you need to imagine.
Absolutely, the most common thing I hear is, I would never go to Australia. Everything there wants to kill you. Some folks genuinely think we grow up dodging dinosaurs like we're in Jurassic Park. Honestly, I've seen my fair share of snakes. Never had any real drama with them though. But blue-tongued lizards? Once I had a whole family of them move in. 6 lizards, just casually popping up in the kitchen, the bathroom, even the bedroom. Had to call in the ranger because apparently I'm not certified in reptile relocation. I've bumped into goannas, dealt with more spiders than I care to count, and also had a couple of run-ins with some wild emus. But the most dangerous creature in Australia, hands down, it's the magpie during swooping season. Imagine peacefully riding your bike and then suddenly you're getting ambushed by a feathered lunatic with a grudge.
Leave me alone, mate! Not enough! Oh! He's having a crack! Jesus Christ! Oh! Bloody... What the hell? Oh! I can't go anymore!
Forget sharks and snakes. Magpies are the real bosses of Australia. Do you ride a kangaroo to school? Now, the first time I heard this, I thought it was a joke. I was at a work meeting. Someone asked me straight-faced, so do people really ride kangaroos to school? I was a bit dumbfounded, but I said, yeah, mate. Mine even had a cup holder in the pouch in case I got thirsty on the way. With that, he knew then that I was joking. The truth is, kangaroos were near my school, but only because the footy field backed onto bushland. They didn't drop me off at class. They just kind of stared at us and then hopped off. The riding to school one was a one-off, but I do get a lot of questions about kangaroos. In fact, just yesterday, I was paying for my groceries and the guy on the checkout said, have I ever seen a kangaroo? I asked him in response if he'd ever seen a deer, because it's probably the same thing. There's more roos back home than what there are deer here, but we see them everywhere, and especially if you live in regional Australia like I did. Have you ever wrestled a crocodile? I'd like to think this guy was probably pulling my leg, but yes, I was once asked if wrestling crocs was like a rite of passage. I told him only if they cut in line at Macca's, but honestly, the closest I've ever been to a croc was at Australia Zoo in Queensland. In the southern states, they're just not something that we see in the wild. I'm sure there's plenty of people from the Northern Territory or from Queensland that could tell some wild stories though. So the assumption that we all grow up like Steve Irwin is just not right either.
I go, Croc goes. Right. Oh. That was so fast you couldn't even see it. Broken. Broke my finger.
Do toilets really flush the other way? Now, honestly, I've never stood around timing my toilet flushes, but apparently the Coriolis effect is a thing. I even made my sister back home film her dunny for science, but unless you're an actual toilet detective, you'll never really spot the difference. So now I just tell people, yep, our toilets flush backwards, our clocks run upside down, and we drive our cars in reverse. Welcome to Australia, mate. Do you really put shrimp on the Barbie? This old one. I went to a 4th of July barbecue once and someone actually handed me a plate of shrimp, pointed at the grill and said, go on, bud, do you think? I had to break it to them then. 1, we call them prawns, and 2, real Aussie Barbies are all about sausages, steaks, maybe some lamb chops, and of course, at least 14 beers. Shrimp on the Barbie? Do you know Keith Urban? Now, this one cracks me up. I was once asked straight-faced if I knew Keith Urban. Like the whole population of Australia is just me, my family, and the Urbans. So I told her, yeah, he borrowed my lawnmower once, still hasn't brought it back. She actually believed me for a good 5 minutes before realising I was taking the piss. Now, I live in Nashville, which is where Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman also live. I am Australian, and yes, they are Australian. But sadly, we do not know each other. That's a shame. I'm always open for an invitation, guys, if you're listening. How do you survive Christmas in summer? Now, it truly surprises many people that Christmas is summer back home. It was always on my bucket list to have a white Christmas, and in hindsight, moving to the south was probably not the best move for that, although we did get snow on Christmas Eve one year a couple of years back. Back home at Christmas, though, it's 40 degrees. We're in shorts and thongs, and Christmas lunch is cold prawns and ham, pavlova, and about 3 eskies full of beer. Santa actually does still show up in his suit, looking a little bit more like he ran a marathon, though. Now, I'm on the fence as to what's better. I miss the warm weather, Boxing Day traditions, and of course family, but I really do enjoy the colder weather and occasional snow as well. It really does make it feel more Christmassy. Can you say g'day, mate, for me?
G'day, mate.
I'm sorry, are you saying giddy up?
No, g'day just means hello.
Now, this one happens constantly. I'll say hello and start talking, and instantly someone picks up on my accent and goes, no. Say it properly. Say g'day,
When you
mate.
greet someone, when someone comes up to say hello or whatever, what's your greeting? Like, what do you say to them?
G'day.
You actually say g'day?
Yeah.
Hello or hi or like hey. Actually probably hey most commonly.
Hello. Sup, bruh?
Oh, I say yo a lot, like yo. That's what I do with my mum.
I just say hey.
Yeah.
How you going, mate?
How you going, mate? Yeah? Would you ever use g'day? Or that's not really in your repertoire?
I'd probably use g'day, but I'd probably use it to take the piss.
Maybe g'day, champ.
So you say g'day?
G'day, champ, yeah.
Yeah? So then do you say g'day at all?
Not really, no.
I don't think I've ever said g'day.
I've said g'day, mate, a few times, but
No, I don't say g'day. But like some people do, like a true Aussie blokes.
I wanted to check out the cashier asked me 3 times to repeat it. I felt like a broken soundboard, and I finally said, all right, it'll cost you $5. She didn't laugh. I do think she was actually considering paying me or just didn't understand what I said. You know, the hardest word that I have found to be understood with here is water. I'd go through a drive-through and ask for a bottle of water to be met with, huh? You end up over-pronouncing the word to be understood. So it's like water instead of just water. There's also a bunch of people that love to try and mimic the Aussie accent. My advice, don't do it. It was funny the first time, but after 7 years, yeah, nah. Do you actually drink Foster's? Now, this last one is in no doubt due to marketing.
Cancel.
Great advice, boys. Thanks.
Hey, Wuckers. Wasn't it great we could help Ollie Valance out? Wonder how she'll repay us.
That thing you're thinking?
Yeah.
It won't be that.
New Foster's Gold, 4.8% premium lager. Good.
I'd never actually tried a Foster's in my life until someone gave me 2 cans as a going away gift from my job here. She proudly said, a taste of home, and I love the sentiment, but was a little bit scared to try it. Nobody in Australia drinks Foster's. It's basically a tourist trap. Back home, it's VB, Tui's, 4X, Cooper's, Great Northern, pretty much anything but Foster's. It's not Australian for beer. It's just not. So yep, those are some of the weirdest things Americans have ever asked me as an Aussie, and honestly, I don't mind. They're hilarious. They make for great stories, and it's all part of living in another country. If you're American, please keep the questions coming because you're basically writing my YouTube scripts for me. Hooroo, mateys.